Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Did you know that you're losing muscle mass right now? Yes, right now. Not tomorrow, not next year. Right now, today, while you're sitting here watching this video, your body is breaking down muscle tissue faster than it's rebuilding it. And if you're over 60, this process accelerates every year. The medical term is sarcopenia. I call it the silent thief because it steals your strength, your balance, your independence, and it does it so slowly that most people don't even notice until they fall, or until they can't get up off the floor on their own, or until a grandchild asks them to run around in the yard and they can't. I know this all too well. I know that last one personally. My name is Michael Davis. I'm 68 years old, retired civil engineer from Nashville, Tennessee. 5 years ago, I almost passed out trying to chase my grandson Leo around the backyard. He was 4 years old. 4. And I had to stop, bend over, hands on my knees, gasping for air. That was the moment I understood that I wasn't living, I was just surviving. If you are not subscribed yet, subscribe right now before we go further. Because what I'm about to show you in this video is something most doctors never explain to their patients over 60. It's simple, it costs less than $5, and it works while you sleep. Don't miss the rest of this. Now let me show you the problem. The real problem. Most people over 60 who are trying to eat healthy are making one specific mistake at night. And this mistake is costing them muscle every single day. They eat eggs in the morning, maybe some chicken at lunch, fish for dinner, and then they stop eating, go to sleep. 7, 8, 9 hours with nothing going into the body. And here's what nobody tells you. The most critical window for muscle repair in people over 60 happens exactly during those hours, while you sleep. During the first 4 hours of deep sleep, your body releases its highest natural levels of growth hormone. That is the signal your system uses to repair, rebuild, and maintain muscle tissue. But if there's no protein available when that signal fires, your body has nothing to work with. Think about it like this. I spent 35 years designing bridges and structural systems. Imagine hiring a crew to show up at 3 in the morning to repair a damaged bridge, and there's no steel on site, no concrete, nothing. The crew is there, the signal is there, the time is there. But without material, nothing gets built. That is exactly what happens inside your body every single night when you go to sleep without the right protein. Now here is where eggs fail you. And I want to be clear, eggs are excellent. I eat them myself. They are one of the best protein sources available. But eggs are fast-digesting protein. Your body processes them in 2 to 3 hours. So if you eat eggs at 7 in the evening and go to sleep at 10, by midnight the protein is already gone, fully processed, out of the system, and your body still has 5 or 6 more hours of sleep ahead of it, during which it is trying to do its most important repair work, with zero building material. After 60, this is not a minor issue. This is the difference between maintaining your muscle mass and losing it year after year without understanding why. So what does your body actually need at night? It needs a slow digesting protein, one that releases amino acids gradually over 6, 7, 8 hours. One that feeds your muscles continuously while you are in deep sleep. That protein is called casein, and the cheapest, most natural, most accessible source of casein in the world costs less than $2 and sits in the refrigerated section of every grocery store in America. It's cottage cheese. I see you. Cottage cheese, Michael, that's your big answer? Yes, that is exactly my answer. And I say it with the same confidence I used to say when engineers on my team wanted to overcomplicate a structure that needed a simple, solid solution. The best systems are not the most complex. They are the most effective. Cottage cheese is effective. Here are the numbers, because I'm an engineer and I trust numbers. 1 cup of cottage cheese contains between 24 and 28 grams of high-quality complete protein, under 200 calories, low fat, high calcium, rich in B12, and packed with leucine. Leucine is the specific amino acid that acts like an on switch for muscle protein synthesis. In people over 60, that switch requires a higher leucine dose to activate compared to a 30-year-old. 1 cup of cottage cheese delivers that dose, precisely, efficiently, no waste. Researchers at Maastricht University studied older adults who consumed casein protein before sleep. The results were clear. Nighttime muscle protein synthesis was significantly higher in the group that consumed casein before bed compared to the group that did not. And the effect was strongest in participants over 60. Not athletes, not bodybuilders, people like you and me. Now let me tell you what happened to me personally. I started eating cottage cheese every night before bed about 5 years ago. Not because someone sold me a program, because I read the research, applied the logic, and tested it on myself. That's what engineers do. The first 2 weeks, I noticed nothing dramatic. By week 3, I started waking up with less stiffness in my legs. By week 6, I was getting out of bed faster. My knees felt more stable going down the stairs in the morning. By month 3, Leo and I were running laps around the backyard. He's 9 now, and I still can't let him win every race. That is not a miracle. That is biology working the way it is designed to work when you finally give it what it needs. Now I want to give you the complete system, because cottage cheese is the most important piece, but it works even better when combined with 3 other simple things. The first piece is the cottage cheese itself. Eat 1 cup, somewhere between 150 and 250 grams, 30 to 60 minutes before you go to sleep. You do not need to cook anything. You do not need a recipe. I eat mine with a small drizzle of honey and some cinnamon, sometimes with a handful of blueberries, sometimes straight out of the container with a spoon while I'm watching the last few minutes of a game. All of those work. The only thing that matters is that you eat it consistently every night. The second piece is resistance stimulus during the day. This does not mean the gym. This does not mean an hour of lifting. It means 10 minutes, 3 days a week, giving your muscles a reason to stay. Chair squats, wall push-ups, slow stair climbs, body weight movements using your kitchen counter for support. These movements send one message to your body: I still need these muscles, keep them. When that signal is present, your body uses the casein from your cottage cheese dramatically more efficiently at night. Without the signal, your body has no reason to prioritize muscle repair. That's how the system is designed. The third piece is vitamin D. Over 40% of adults over 60 in the United States are deficient in vitamin D, and most of them have no idea. Vitamin D is not just about bones. It directly regulates muscle function. It's one of the most important cofactors for the process we're talking about tonight. Get your levels tested at your next doctor's visit. Ask specifically for a 25OH vitamin D blood test. If you're deficient, a simple, inexpensive supplement can change the entire equation. And the fourth piece is sleep quality itself. Here is something interesting that most people don't know about cottage cheese. The casein in cottage cheese supports the natural production of serotonin and melatonin in the body. That means eating cottage cheese before bed doesn't just feed your muscles. It also helps you fall into a deeper, more restorative sleep. And better sleep means better muscle repair. It's a self-reinforcing system. The better you sleep, the better your muscles recover. The better your muscles recover, the stronger you feel. The stronger you feel, the more you move. The more you move, the better you sleep. That is how a well-engineered structure works. Every element supports the next. Now I want to be direct with you because that's how I operate. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not sponsored by a cottage cheese brand. I don't have a program to sell you this week. I'm here because 5 years ago, I almost became the grandfather who couldn't run in the backyard, and I decided that was not going to be my story. and I don't want it to be yours either. If you are over 60 and you feel your strength slipping, if you feel stiffer in the mornings than you used to, if climbing stairs takes a little more out of you than it did 5 years ago, if you've noticed that your legs feel a little less reliable, a little less trustworthy than before, those are not just signs of aging, those are signals. And they're telling you that your body is not getting what it needs at night. This is fixable. Not with an expensive program, not with a gym membership, not with a supplement stack that costs $300 a month. With a cup of cottage cheese before bed, with 10 minutes of movement 3 times a week, with a vitamin D test and a consistent sleep routine. Simple, repeatable, effective. That is the engineering approach to the human body. Here is your challenge. 14 days. That's all I'm asking. Every night for the next 14 days, eat 1 cup of cottage cheese 30 to 60 minutes before you go to sleep. Change nothing else. Just add this one thing. Then pay attention to how you feel in the morning. Whether your legs feel different getting out of bed, whether the stairs feel a little more manageable, whether you wake up a little more rested. Small signals, real signals, and they add up. If this video gave you something useful, I want you to do one thing right now. Leave a comment below and tell me, did you know about casein? Have you ever eaten cottage cheese at night? And if this is new information for you, tell me that too. I read every single comment on this channel. Everyone. Your message matters to me personally. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit that button right now. Every week I publish simple science-based content about strength, mobility, nutrition, and longevity for people over 60. No gimmicks, no impossible promises, no content designed for 25-year-olds that has nothing to do with our reality. Just what actually works, tested on a real body, by a real person who has been exactly where you might be right now. I'm Michael Davis, former civil engineer, widower, grandfather, and I can still outrun Leo on a good day. Fix the foundation first. See you next week.